So who knew that Baltimore has a Wacky set? Maybe it is because the Ouija board and Mr. Trash Wheel was invented right here. Or was it Edgar Allan Poe or Frank Zappa who lived here? So be prepared to see some unusual sights today on a bike. So we're going to have a whirly gig of a time.
What is that?
So let's go riding. Okay, we started at the Arboretum and jumped on the Joan Falls Trail, and it's downhill all the way. So it's gonna be a brutal comeback. Oh my God, there's still more downhills. So we're gonna follow the Joan Falls River all the way to the Inner Harbor. The river used to be a clean river, but then they had all these mills and it became very polluted. In the 20s, somebody threw a cigarette in there and exploded. The manhole exploded because I guess it was so polluted. So they did renovate it. Now it's a clean, pristine river. You don't feel like you're in the city at all. You might get lost. I've written down the instructions and they'll be in the description below. But the path is not complete. It goes onto some smaller roads and then you pick it up again at a later part. Very confusing. Whoa, the second largest greenhouse in the country, right here, wow. Hello, are you Colin? Tell me a little about yourself.
I quit my job 2 years ago, started painting 2 years ago. I gave up my house last year, and I've been living here.
What inspired you to do this?
I want to live life. Work was sucking all of the life from me. I go out into the neighborhood and things that people have discarded, you know, in dumpsters.
You will see the future visionary artist at the museum in Baltimore. You're looking at one. We found him first. My gosh, we have a panoramic view of Baltimore up here, which is very cool. Wow. And there's the Moorish Tower. Going over a big highway. Here are the falls. Beautifully shaded. If you don't follow those green spray paint signs, you can surely get lost.
Yeah, they're not that big either.
Yeah, so we've missed a couple of turns and had to backtrack, but it hasn't been too awful. A hidden alley in the urban Baltimore is a haven for graffiti artists. So spraying graffiti on the wall probably would put you in prison for 3 years and a big fine, except for only one spot here in Maryland where you can spray and it's legal. And it's called Graffiti Alley and it's right off Joan Falls Trail. So you are allowed to come here and relieve your stress and create colorful art without the fear of being locked up. So do you do graffiti in other places? Or is that something you shouldn't be telling me?
Yeah, probably not.
We were just mistaken for graffiti artists and a photographer took our picture. Edgar Allan Poe Memorial is an American writer and a poet. And every year on Edgar Allan Poe's birthday, January 19th, a mysterious black-clad figure known as the Poe Toaster leaves a half-drunk bottle of cognac and 3 roses right here. No one has identified this person. All right, we were successful. We made it to the Inner Harbor. Woohoo! Really nice bike lane. You're feeling super safe. This is Mr. Trash Wheel, the famous Mr. Trash Wheel right behind me. This vessel removes trash from the Joan Falls River where we just rode by, and it has gained thousands of followers on social media. It has its own beer called Mr. Trash Wheel's Lost Python Ale. wheel. So let's keep it wheel. So that is where we were riding along the Jones Falls River, and now it merges into the inner harbor that goes into the Chesapeake Bay. Do you think they allow me to take my bike on the paddle boat? Can I put my bike on the paddle boat? I'm not allowed to do that. Woo. Welcome to the inner harbor. Oh my God, that's the haunted ship. The people say that there's nobody on that ship, and they've heard people walking on the platform and peeking their head through the porthole. So let's see if we see any. Ahoy, baby! Here it comes! Woo! What's a whirligig? A toy that spins around and around and around. So this whirligig right behind me weighs 3 tons and is 55 feet tall. The trail is not for the faint-hearted. There are killer hills on this. For some reason, I thought it was going to be flat and an easy ride, but it's definitely not for beginners. But a gorgeous, gorgeous ride into the inner harbor and back. Thanks to some of our subscribers who suggested the Jones Falls Trail. Woohoo! If you want us to do a bike tour on your favorite trail, write us a comment. Hopefully, when you are in Baltimore, you will add some of these great offbeat quirks to your biking itinerary. So until next time, hope to see you riding.